The Jerusalem Post has taken down an article they published after receiving a giant amount of backlash that they deserved. Now, the article had to do with the stresses of the ongoing war, okay? And Israelis who are feeling those stresses should maybe look at the bright side of this war and the stress they're feeling, according to the article, which again has since been deleted. It was titled, "How to Use the Stress from the Israel-Hamas War to Lose Weight."
I'm looking at the bright side of things, I suppose.
So as you can see, the article was also posted to X, and it read, "Fears of rockets and missiles amid Israel's war with Hamas, putting millions of Israelis in a constant state of anxiety and stress. But you can actually use this stress to lose weight and stay healthy." So
that's if your family members haven't already been killed.
That is an insane angle. Absolutely, like the fact that they needed to get the backlash to understand this is not okay, you shouldn't publish something like this, blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind.
You're worried about your family members dying? Well, good news, you can turn it into a diet. Not the way to go.
So Kurt Anderson on X wrote, "Assume this was a parody in questionable taste. The hashtags with hashtag weight loss as a punchline seem like a giveaway, but it's real and in questionable taste." And since we have the Wayback Machine, we were able to access the article, which has since been deleted. So let's give you some excerpts. So it said that the state of Israel is currently facing one of the most challenging periods in its history. With the threat of rockets and missiles looming amid the war in Hamas, millions of citizens find themselves in a constant state of fear. Tens of thousands of Israelis are concerned for their family and loved ones serving on the front lines to defend Israel. Coping with the realities of this war has caused widespread stress and anxiety, which can contribute to weight gain. When we are stressed, hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline flood our bodies to keep us alert and tense. It doesn't matter if the pressure stems from red alert sirens, fear of security incidents near the border, or uncertainty about the duration and intensity of the fighting in Gaza. These stress hormones can have mental and physical effects ranging from panic and anxiety attacks to sleep disturbances and weight changes. The article went on to give 4 reasons why the war can actually make you stressed and it actually presents an opportunity to address the issue of obesity and stay healthy. Stress can stimulate appetite hormones leading to increased hunger. However, shorter periods of stress can actually suppress appetite hormones. Like, we're talking about a brutal war, okay? And I totally get that Israelis are scared. After what Hamas did, I would be scared too. I don't want to minimize that. But I would also say that have a little bit of empathy for what Palestinian civilians are facing right now, because they don't have an Iron Dome, and 10,000 civilians are already reportedly dead, 4,000 of which are children. So it's just the way of like covering this through this angle of like, hey, stress can actually be good. Let's think about weight loss is gross.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I know that they've got to do other articles. Sports is still happening, weather's still happening. You've got to cover other things, but don't mix the two things. Don't talk about all the death in this, like, whoa, the war is stressing you out, but good time to lay off the Jell-O. No, don't do that. Don't do that. And for both of those reasons,
you went to Jell-O. Like, I don't know why, but like among the naughty foods, I don't think Jell-O is like top of that list.
I was trying to lay off the hummus. So
no, hummus is great for you actually, but like no, like beautiful big chocolate cake, biggest beautifulest chocolate cake ever. Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
Anyway, okay, I don't want to get into the like what kind of food you should and shouldn't eat in the middle of a war, which is their issue. But guys, don't intermingle those. That's nuts. Both because the Israeli citizens are worried to death about what's going to happen to them, and because you're in the middle of your government, not you guys, but the government is in the middle of killing a lot of innocent Palestinians. So not the time to be worried about your waistline within that context.
Thanks for watching. If you become a member, you get to watch all this ad-free, except for, of course, this ad. Still, hit the join button below.